How are you, Mariah? How's March holidays for everyone? For the office today, it's it's been a long day, but I hope you're all having a good time and at the same time continuing to learn for the March holidays. Why is it very dark, huh? Yeah. Even with the light, huh? I still look dark. True, you never reply me. Clarissa, you mean the DM, right? I'm so sorry, Clarissa. I will reply to you today after the live, for sure. Hi, I'm taking PSLE this year. Hello, Aiden. Yes, if you're taking PSLE this year, I'm happy you found our live session. I am actually going through a P6 paper today to help you revise for PSLE, Aiden. And if you want to continue revising with us for our live sessions, please remember to follow us so that you get notified when we go live. What? Okay, hold on. What if I put it closer to my face? Hold on, people, huh? I'm adjusting how. Because I look like a ghost. Still right. I don't know what's wrong. Sure. Why is there an echo? Sure. Do you recommend any studying apps? Studying apps to like revise. What do you actually plan to revise, Mariah Carey? Why is it a white screen? Hold on, please bear with us. We are trying to do some adjustments. Okay, first, let me talk about Clarissa's question, echo. Can you try and listen from your phone? No, hold on, let me listen from my phone, huh? Hello, mic test. Okay, no more echo, right? I heard it from my phone. No more echo, huh, Clarissa? Mariah, important question for you is what specific revision are you talking about? Because there's thousands and thousands of apps. I want to understand what kind of revision do you need. Okay. Okay. Now, in the meantime, sure, my classmate joined us. Are you serious? One more month and your entire class will be with us for the live session. Clarissa, which one? What's the name of your classmate? Oh, look at me. Like test based on your notes.
Can we like go back?
Huh?
Okay.
Okay, can everyone will go out of the live. We'll come back in a few seconds, huh? Hold on. Bye-bye.
I almost flipped the camera again. Oh, the Izwan. Okay, have Clarissa's friend. SCGS, right?
Mm.
Okay, can. This better? Yeah, it's the filter.
All right. Yes. Oh my God, I'm brighter now. Thank you, Jean. Okay, let's wait for everyone to come back online. Hello, hello, hello. Kai, hello, Kai. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Mariah, are you back? Yes. Mariah, you were telling me that you were looking for a revision app that's very similar to going through our papers. Is that what you're looking for? Or like English in general? Alhena or Alhina, I don't know how I'm pronouncing your name, but welcome back to you. I saw that you were actually around during Yahweh's live yesterday, so I'm happy to see you. Labubu Kapibara, Kenzo. So many of you are here today. You're all having a good time having your holidays, huh? Okay, everyone, for today, we are going through a P6 paper. I know that you are currently on your March holidays, but of course, I'm trying to put in some time to still do a little bit of revision here and there so that the momentum doesn't stop, even if you are currently on a school break. Oh my God, Labubu Kapibara. Mariah Carey Lounge, not really. I'm just studying and studying. Oh wow. I'm hoping that Mariah don't push yourself all the way to the point where you actually start loathing studying. But if you do that because you actually find that you are in the momentum, you're studying, please do so. But remember that balance it out with rest, because resting and working both are part of the entire process, huh? Now, Not really. Okay, okay. Everyone, yes, March holiday. Our March holiday program is actually also still ongoing. It's our second day today. Very happy to see the students from our classes. You still actually have the chance to join our holiday programs for Wednesday until Friday if you're interested and you're bored at home. So, yes, how do I pronounce your name? Welcome to the live. Is it Khalif Shah? Is that how I pronounce it? Please tell me how I pronounce it. Welcome to you. Clarissa and Sherlyn have been joining our live sessions in the past few weeks and months. I'm happy to welcome you into the live session. This is blue Mariah Carey. And then in my upper is a pink. I need to wear a jacket because it's extremely cold here. Just call me Ease1. Ease1 or S1? Number 1 or number 2? E as E or E. Let me know. Otherwise, number 1, Ease1. Okay, okay, that's perfect. I like that name. I like that name. Wear a pink jacket. Haha, Mariah Carey, good suggestion, but it's not like my wardrobe has all kinds of colors for a jacket. I'm not so big on very colorful stuff. I mean, I love colors, but I don't have that much, like that expansive wardrobe, to say the least. I like just repeating my clothes. Okay, now everyone, we're going through SCGS paper 2019 P6. This is a good time for you to revise. Let's go. Are you all ready? Okay, now let's start off with a few grammar questions, just to get you started. Not so hard, people. Okay. Let's go. Jane saw her teacher blank and greeted her. What do you think is the answer? Let's go. I need the holiday, March holiday mode wherein you're all happy and alive. Now, Ease1 says 3. Clarissa also agrees. Claire, Clarissa, you changed from 3 to 4, is it? Ayo. Somehow. Teacher Rin has already given you a clue on if your answer is correct or not. Teacher, I want chicken. I want chicken too. Okay, we all want chicken. Now, Clarissa is 3. Now, everyone, can you name, this is a commonly tested question, so I need you to put a star there. Okay, I'm going to put a star there because it's a commonly tested PSLE question. There is a name for this. There's a name for this. There's saw, and then there's teacher, and then there's another blank. What is the name that we usually call this kind of grammar question? Can anyone tell me? Especially those who's been joining the live for the past few months. We always call this something. Verb, noun, verb. Very proud of you, Mariah. There's a verb here, there's a noun here, there's a verb here. This is commonly tested. Do remember. Now, the second verb, most of the time, they will ask for a base form, which is the one that is bearing the actually original form of the verb. No S, no ES, no D, no ED, no ING in the end. Otherwise, sometimes it's looking for the present participle form. So your choices are actually just base form and ING. In this case, the base form is approach, and it's not one of the options. So obviously, we're going for number 3, which is approaching. Good job, everyone. Well done. Now, we're starting off very well, but I hope you take notes. Now, we are already in March, actually almost ending March. That basically leaves you, let's talk about PSLE, April, May, June, July, 4 months, because your oral will start in August. So 5 months if you talk about paper 1 and 2. That's actually, that's very less than 6 months. That's less than a year before your PSLE. So I'm telling you now, you have to do more targeted practice to a point where you actually master commonly tested grammar questions. Okay? Now, let's move on to number 2. The children planned the party for their mother, blank the guest asked. Blank, okay, again, another commonly tested question. This is question tag. Give me your answer. Less than half a year. I'm so scared. Don't be scared, Mariah. You're revising and you're doing your best. Moonlight, welcome to you. Happy that you're here. And DD. Moonlight 2, DD 4. Mariah is 2. Okay, I see. So we have number 2 and number 4. I see. Hello, Muhammad Zamir and okay, Izwan and Claire. So we have a combination in 2 and 4. Okay, so focus. Let's break down the question properly so we get the correct answer. Now, I think you're all familiar. Yolanda Flounder, hello. You're all familiar that you have a statement here and you have a question tag here. If the statement is positive, question tag is negative, and then vice versa. Okay? Now, the children planned. This is an action verb. Keep in mind, okay? When they use an actual action verb in the statement for question tag questions, your options are actually do, does, did. For this case, because planned is past tense, obviously this is a did. Right? Do and does are both present for present tense. Do for plural, does for singular. But this one is past tense. It's actually did. So it's basically saying the children did plan, okay, the party. So this is positive. Now, how do we turn this into negative? We put the negative word, which is the word not. So the answer is number 2. Good job, people. Now, for those of you who answered number 4, the possible statement should have used the word were, okay, and then you turn it to negative. That means to say weren't. Correct? Yeah. So be mindful of that, please, because while question tag, a lot of you are able to recognize when you're being asked a question tag, but sometimes they want to give you more trickier types of question tag questions, and one of them is when they use an actual action verb. Because it is easy for you to say should, shouldn't, right? Is, isn't, or could, couldn't. So they want to try and like confuse you a bit more. So then they use action verbs. Okay? Now, number 3, people. Blank young people would understand the hardships experienced by the pioneer generation as many youths lead comfortable lives. Okay, few young people, most young people, many young people, some young people. It's very important here that you check context. You were talking about because youths lead comfortable lives. What's the amount of understanding here? You're kind of like talking about the level or the amount of understanding that young people would have to people from the pioneer generation. Okay. Sure, are you young? Good question. That depends. Because you can be too old for some things. You can be also too young for some things. So the question has to be a bit more specific. Few, most don't understand. Okay, everyone, thank you for your answers. I like that Yolanda Flounder included an explanation. Thank you. So the correct answer is indeed number 1, few young people. Because we basically want to say that not a lot, right? Not a lot understands because they're living a very comfortable life now. Now, most cannot. It does not fit in the context because when you say most, you say majority, right? Then many is a large number. And then some is, the problem with some is that it's an unspecified, okay? An unspecified limited number. Okay, now that's about it. Good job, everyone. This is very interesting. Question number 3 is one of those grammar questions where if you think about it, it's actually also a comprehension question. So all in all, it's very important that you continue improving your comprehension skills, because at the end of the day, you need to understand what the question is talking about. All right, question 3 is tricky. It is indeed. You're correct, Muhammad Zamir. Number 4, the organizers made a decision for the tennis match to be continued blank the players' protests about the extreme heat. Okay, conjunctions here. One clue that I can give you while you drop in your answers, dropping them in now, drop them in. First one is made a decision to be continued. Protests about extreme heat. So these two ideas are actually contrasting Because normally, if there's extreme heat and they're not comfortable, you would stop it. But nonetheless, they still decided to continue the game, okay? So you're all saying despite, okay? Ease1, Clarissa, Mariah, Yolanda, Moonlight. Okay, you're all in consensus. Same answers. Indeed, you're all correct. Now, Muhammad Zamir, one thing, let me comment on your answer, which is number 4. Despite and although actually functions the same way in as in they connect two contrasting ideas. The problem is when you use although here, you have to change the structure of the sentence. Okay, so for this structure, the one that fits the most grammatically is actually despite, which is number 2. Okay, if you actually use although, the organizers made a decision for the tennis match to be continued, although the players protested about the extreme heat, like that. Okay, it's followed by a noun, correct? The despite is always followed by a noun phrase or a noun, correct? Thank you, Yolanda Flounder. Oh my God, number 5. We are halfway through. Yes, happy eating, Mariah. Number 5, everyone in the class except for the twins blank ballet classes every week. Once again, I'm quite happy with this set of grammar questions because they're actually kind of consolidating very commonly tested questions. This is commonly tested subject-verb agreement, and I call this the distractor. Number 2, 2, 2. 2 attends. Everyone is singular, ignore distractor. Oh my God, I'm very proud of you, Yolanda. Now, you call this the double, you see the double commas here, whatever is in between is an extra info about the main subject, which is everyone. Now, everyone is an indefinite pronoun, and indefinite pronouns are always, most of them are actually really used as somebody, nobody, anybody, someone. These words, all of them are singular, okay? Singular. So you have to know that because they like to trick students. They use like somebody, anyone, someone, no one, like that. They like to use those because so the students sometimes forget that they are singular. So keep that in mind, please. Everyone is singular. And you see here, you are also being tested with tense. So do keep in mind, you may be tested, you can be tested with 2 grammar concepts in one question. I don't like the thickness of my pen. Okay. So the tense here is every week. When something is habitual, we are going in for present tense. Simple present, which is exactly number 2. Good job, everyone. Sure, can I get an iPhone? Is this related to our lucky draw, Yolanda? The recent lucky draw that we had where our students won iPhones, iPads, and earbuds and vouchers. We're exclusively for our 2025 enrollment registration. Nonetheless, don't worry, Yolanda. We may plan to do a few more lucky draws in the future. Yeah, so keep a lookout. Now, let's move on to number 6, everyone. The police came up with a mobile application in response blank the community's concerns about the rising crime rate. This one is pretty straightforward. The usual line is actually in response what? When you want to say that as a reaction to, kind of like that. In response, 1. Good job. It's in response to. That's number 1. It's a fixed expression. Okay. Now, number 7. That was quick. That was an easy one as well. Number 7. We blanked for 3 hours. It is time to go home as we need to wake up early for the concert tomorrow. The music teacher told the pupils. Tense. Be very careful. What kind of tense do you think are we talking about here? Type in your answer, please. 4. Why 4? Can you explain to me? I'm just wondering if you can actually try to justify your answer. I see. I think it's past tense, past continuous, present perfect. Oh my God, so many. Okay. If you notice, all of them are ing. Okay, when it ends with ing, you know that they're continuous. It's just that is it a continuous action in the past? Is it a continuous action in the present? Is it a continuous action in the future? Correct. Now, for this case, when the teacher said we blank for 3 hours, there's an implication that the action started in the past and it's still continuing or has just finished. Okay. So for this case, when the action started in the past and it's still ongoing in the present, or that it just actually finished, we are looking for present perfect. Okay, started in the past plus ongoing or just finished. This tense we're looking for is actually present perfect continuous. Present perfect, which is exactly what is the answer for it, is number 4. Okay. So I think, you know, I know you'll be tested a lot on tenses, and tenses is a very huge, it's a huge thing to study. So what I can suggest with you students is hello Ozil, welcome. Now, what I can suggest to you is, I think simple past and simple present are straightforward. What I need you to revise on is past perfect, present perfect. Okay, add that into your list because it's commonly tested as well. Okay, and present perfect, to be specific, to emphasize, just to emphasize, there's a lot of conditions when something can be considered present perfect. Like it started in the past and it's ongoing in the present, or it started in the past, it already ended, but it's still relevant to the present time at the moment of speaking. That's also another way to use present perfect. Yeah, so be mindful. Okay, so Ozil is here. Hello, Ozil. Number 8, let's go. Blank, you have every right to feel upset about being bullied. You should not have hit him. The discipline master reprimanded the boy. Okay, what do you think is the answer? Let's go. Try. Hello to those of you who just joined. If you have not followed us yet, please do so. So we can have more live sessions together. 111. So interestingly, everyone, I'm quite happy that you all agree that the answer is number 1. While functions differently here. Some of you are very familiar with while when you want to talk about two things happening at the same time, correct? I'm talking while teaching, like that. I mean, that's weird because when you teach, you should be talking. I'm writing while talking, like that. But while can also be used as to talk about contrast, two opposing ideas. And for this case, it is indeed contrasting. Okay, so you are correct to say that the answer is number 1. Well done. 2 statements. Now, except cannot, because except is like saying apart from. Wow, my handwriting very bad. Unless when you talk about conditions, which is not the case here. And however, remember everyone, however also talks about contrast. But what do I usually tell you about however that makes it different from but or while? Do you recall? Sure, Sherlyn handwriting like computer. Does that mean, Clarissa, that the handwriting is good? I would love to see the handwriting, my goodness. Everyone, can you recall what I usually tell you about however? About how different it is usage-wise compared to but. Or basically compared to other conjunctions that functions to connect contrasting ideas. Anyone? However is usually used. But how different is it from but? Hold on. Thank you for liking the live. A churros. Wow. Churros. No, Anna. That means you say I can interchange however, but, and all other conjunctions about connecting but is in the middle of a sentence. How about however? And however is normally used to connect two contrasting ideas that are in two. Very good, Larissa. However, two contrasting sentences. Okay, you are correct. You use however to connect two contrasting ideas that are in two different sentences. But is when the contrasting ideas are in the same sentence. Very good. Last two questions. Come on, people. In this information age with numerous news sources online, the public should learn to draw a line blank fact and fiction. Oh my God, there's one huge word in the question that is your number one clue here. Can you tell me which word is that? Ozil. Very good. BFF. Who is the best friend forever of between? It's end. Okay. So between this and that, between fact and fiction. BFF. I'm gonna put it right there. Big plus heart like that. Well done. Thank you, Yolanda. The answer is indeed number 4. Thank you. Very good. Thank you, Ozil. Moving on to your last grammar question. If she blanked the doctor sooner, she would have found out about her medical condition earlier. Okay. This is another tense question. Let's see, people, if you know the answer for this one. All right, we have 3. Ishida Kiran, welcome to you, Kiran. This is not tense. This is conditional. This is conditional, everyone. Correct me. What am I saying? Conditional. Can you tell me what type of conditional is this? If you are sure of your answer, conditional type what? Type 3. Oh my God, I'm very proud of you, Ozil. Good job. Now, do you understand what Ozil is talking about? So there's an if statement here, and then there's another statement here. Now, there are 3 types of conditional that I usually talk about. Now, when the conditional talks about like a regret because it already happened and there's nothing you can do about it, that is conditional type 3. And you will know it's conditional type 3 because the usual pattern is if she had, she would have. Okay? Ozil, be very careful because would, if you just put would there, they might be confused because would is only for conditional type 2, but would have or wouldn't have, yeah, is the one that is for type 3. Yeah? So the answer is indeed number 3. So if you recall, one quick reminder before we move on to vocabulary, that type 1, what is the line I ask you to memorize? If I can, I would. Then type 2, if I could, I would. Type 3, which is this one, if I had studied, I would. If I can, I will. If I could, I would. I am very proud of all of you. I will. So when your if statement is in present tense, okay, then your next statement is in future tense. Now, when your if statement is in past tense, then your next statement would just use would, okay? And if your if statement is had plus past participle, then your next statement would have I would have passed. Good job, everyone. And for this case, you notice that this one is would have found. So it's very similar to type 3. That's why the answer is, of course, number 3. Well done! And with that, you are officially done with your grammar questions. I am happy that I'm quite happy with this set of grammar questions because they actually basically consolidated most of the commonly tested grammar questions. So hope you're all taking notes. Ready for vocabulary, everyone? Let's go. Now, everyone is confident that the new president will follow in the footsteps of his blank. Mr. Tan was a capable leader with a vision. Let's see. Everyone, give it your all. Can you contract I would have? Would it be I'd have or I would have? That is a very good question. The automatic response I have in my head, Yolanda, is I would have. The second one. The first one I'd have is something I want to check. Because normally when it's very uncommon, no? The most common one is the second one. But let me check the first one with you and see, I mean, if conventionally, in what instances is it going to be used? Very interesting question. In the meantime, the rest of you, please try to drop in your answer, everyone. Let's see what you think is the answer. I'd have the maybe for I'd have the chicken, please. I would have the chicken, please. I mean, I would not say it that way though. If let's say, for example, you're ordering, right? Correct, because if you want the chicken, for example, you don't say I would have, right? You say I'll have, as in I will instead of I would. You know what I mean? So usage-wise, I will not use it that way, but I'll think of other, if there are instances where it can be used that way. But for the moment, I wouldn't. It cannot be phrased that way, especially for when you're ordering a food. Because like, if you want to say I would say I'd like, I would like, I would have. Predecessor, a person who held a job. Ozil has given me an explanation to his answer. Thank you. Predecessor. So your answer is number 4. Now the context of the question, everyone. Okay, Teacher Rin, I think both I'd have and I'd have are correct contractions of I would have. Yeah. Let me go in and check that as well. Thank you, Teacher Rin. And let's confirm that if number 1, can they be both contractions? If they are they interchangeable in all instances, or is there a specific context when this one is used for that one? So those are all the questions I have in my head. That's why let's try and talk about it tomorrow as well. More common in speech and informal writing. That's a good, yeah, that's another common separation when it comes to usage. Now question number 11, everyone, vocab. So the context of this question is that the new president is going to follow in the footsteps of someone, which is in this case Mr. Tan, which is likely, they're most likely, there's an implication here that we're talking about the old one, the previous president before the new one came in. So the previous president, who's probably has more experience because the person has an experience of becoming a president already than the new president, so that you cannot call it a disciple or a follower or a subordinate, because all these 3 things talks about someone like a follower or a supporter, as opposed like a lower kind of rank or position, as opposed to a predecessor, which is a person who held a position before someone else. Person who held a position before someone else. Okay, which is very accurate when it comes to talking about transition of government officials, especially after elections, for example. Yeah, so the answer is indeed number 4, predecessor. Well done. Now, number 12. The ladies spent hours blank weaving the carpets every day. They were exhausted at the end of the day. So one quick thing I'd like to point out in question 1 and 2 is that they always give you the second sentence. And even if the second sentence do not have the blank, they are there to give you more context as to the question, how the question is, so that it's easier for you to choose the right word. What do you think is the answer? I have number 4. Number 4, painstakingly. 5 more seconds, let's see, before we reveal the answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. It's painstakingly when you do. I love this word, painstakingly. Somehow, when you do something painstakingly, you do it with great care and effort. With great care and effort. Okay. Now, warily, first word from the word wary. It means very cautious, which does not apply here. Gradually, slowly. Gradually, however, does not talk about slowly. Gradually is like slowly over time. So it does not fit because the context there is that we want to talk about the exhaustion. So the amount of effort is being used the entire day that led them to exhaustion. Okay? And effortlessly is without difficulty. If they did it effortlessly, without difficulty, they would not have been exhausted. So it's not the answer, and therefore it's number 4 indeed. Good job. With great care and thoroughness, you are correct, Ozil. Thank you for the definition. Let's move on to number 13. The wedding was not blank as the couple was frugal and always spent within their means. What a wonderful couple. Okay, first things first, what does it mean? Weaving. When you're weaving Sanrio_melody, that's a very cute. Now I have melody in my head. Now, when you weave, it's like a way, I don't know how to say it, but it's like a way of creating carpets by kind of like, you know, this is, this is my action. When you weave something, it's like you're manually putting the fabric together using threads. And it's not an easy task because while there are machines that they use to actually weave, a part of the weaving process can be manual. That's why it was exhausting for the ladies weaving the carpets. They're basically creating the carpets themselves. Now, number 13, the wedding was not blank as the couple was frugal. What does it mean when you're being frugal, everyone? It's an important word that will help you contextualize this sentence. Like braiding, very similar to that, Yolanda Flounder, yes. What is frugal? When you're frugal, what does it mean? Thrifty, correct. Okay, and they always spend within their means. If you spend within your means, that means to say if your income is this one, if you earn this amount, of course you only spend less than that amount that you have. Because some people, even if they earn this much, they spend more than that, so they end up getting debts. But this couple spends within their means. That means to say they only spend on what they can spend. And they're very thrifty, so they don't spend to a point where they have nothing left for themselves. Okay, saving money, very good. Thrifty. So that would mean to say, with that definition of the couple, how would you, their wedding was not what then? Was not what? So Clarissa Yolanda says 4, it was not extravagant, is it? Anyone else who wants to give their answer, drop it now. 10 seconds, let's go. How would you describe their wedding with the word not? Be careful, the word not is there. You're all saying number 4, it was not extravagant. You are correct. Well done. Because when something is extravagant, right, it's very lavish. It's very excessively. I mean, the one that I would like to point out here is when something is excessively lavish or expensive. Okay. Now, modest cannot, because this means not, it's exactly the opposite of extravagant, right? Not showy or extravagant. Okay. So it's not what we are looking for. Abundant is plentiful. When something is abundant, it's plenty. Sure, can't this be the answer? Now, abundant does not really talk about the excessiveness of the excessiveness that we're looking for in the sentence. So it cannot be number two. Exclusive is when something is exclusive, it doesn't really talk about the cost of the wedding, but it's more towards how many people is it offered to, like, because when something is exclusive, it's limited to a group of people. Okay. So you are all correct. It's indeed extravagant. Okay, good job, good job, good job. I came back from my cruise. Oh wow, Alyssa, so nice of you. I hope you enjoyed your cruise. Which places did you go to? I hope you enjoyed all the unlimited food that they offer there. The soldiers branked when they found out they were outnumbered. They did not want to continue to fight. Oh my, so sad. Okay, the soldiers blank when they found out that they were outnumbered, and then more context in the next sentence, which is they did not want to continue to fight on. Okay, a few answers, please. Drop it in. Let's go. Yolanda says relented. Thank you for liking the live Sanrio melody. Number three. Okay, Ozo says number 3, retreated. Okay, anyone else? So we have 2 different answers first. Give it a try. 10 more seconds. Let's go, people. What is outnumbered? That means to say there's like, let's say there's 5 soldiers, right? And then their enemies were like 20. When you're outnumbered, that means to say the opponents have a larger number than your group. So let's say, imagine what the soldiers felt. Let's say, for example, there were 50 of them ready to fight. But then, when they look at the other side, they saw 200 of their opponents. So when they realized they were outnumbered, they did not want to fight and continue, because for them, they probably think that we're way too outnumbered. We're just going to waste our lives. Okay, so what do you think they did, logically? Don't think about the movie 300. 300 cannot. I feel like relent is give up. The second sentence sounds like giving up. I understand what you mean. Okay, let's talk about it then. Now, we are choosing between relented and conquered. Relented and retreated. Okay, relented and retreated. For this case, Yolanda, the better word to answer is retreat. Because relented is more towards, you are correct, and it says you give in or you yield. But normally, relented means you eventually give in or yield after resisting. So for example, let's say a son kept asking his mom, "Mom, I want a phone. And then mom kept saying, no. So there has to be some length of resistance. And then perhaps at the end of the year, because the child got a very high marks, she finally relented and said yes. So relent has an implication that there was resistance at the beginning, but in the end, they gave in. Okay? So that is why relented can be the answer, because it means to give in or yield after resistance. After resisting. Retreated on the other end. So also the retreated, it means to withdraw. So it does not necessarily mean, Yolanda, that they will give up, right? As in surrender to them. One option is for them to actually withdraw, as in if they're quite far, there's still an option for them to go back, right? To withdraw or pull back. Now, obviously invaded cannot be an answer, because when you invade a place, you actually enter it. To enter a place forcefully, which is something they cannot do because obviously they're outnumbered. And when you conquer a place, that means to say to gain control over a place, also forcefully. To gain control over a place by force as well, or a group of people as well. Okay. Hi Sherlyn, welcome to you. Where have you been? How's your holidays? Last question, Sherlyn, for Grandma. Let's go, everyone. Let's end strong. Adam's injured leg. Blank beneath him and he stumbled clumsily. What do you think is the answer? You have here a set of phrasal verbs. People. Let's see. Give it a try. Number 2, gave out. Okay. Anyone else? Type it in, people. Type it in. Yolanda Flounders also gave out. I need about 2 more people. Sherlyn, drop in your answer, please. Is Izwan still there? And Clarissa? I know Mariah is eating at the moment. She must be enjoying eating out there on her own. Yes, that could be her feelings at the moment. Clarissa, yes, Clarissa, is stumbled like tripped. Sanrio Melody, you're correct. Yeah. So if that is what eventually happened to him, what do you think then happened to his injured leg beneath him? Wait, Q14 is 4. No, Q14 is 3. Retreated, sorry. Forgot to write down the answer. But Gabriel also sounds right. No? What do you mean? Thank you, Yolanda, and also for reconsidering. It's gave way. When something gives way, that means to say, it basically means it failed or collapsed under pressure. So for example, let's say like the boys were running around, zooming around the house, and then push their car, their toy car hit the table, and the table gave way. The table's leg gave way. It's exactly the same thing. Same thing. So the answer is actually gave way. Give in is basically surrender as well. So that's not the word we're looking for. Gave out, most of that, when you say give out, is you reveal something, to reveal something. Or donate. Now gave back, when you give back, it means to return something, not return a favor or something that you borrowed. Okay, so it's gave way. All right. Be unable to carry a load or withstand the force, collapse or break. Thank you. And good job. Well done to all of you. That's about it for our vocabulary. Now it's time for you to choose. Which section do you think are we going to have to try to do next? Compre close, editing, or S&T? Drop it in. Let's see. Don't worry, we'll go through them for as long as we have the time to do it. Otherwise, even if I don't manage to cover it today, I'm covering it tomorrow. Okay, close. CC. I see. So we have 2 votes for Compre close. 5 more seconds to fight for the section that you want to go for. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so many of you likes Compre close. You love the challenge. That's nice. It's also quite amazing, the passage today. I'm not saying it's amazing because of the content itself, but what I find amazing is the resilience. And you will know what I mean once we read the passage together. Okay. Hey there, how was your day going? Oh, thank you for asking. We are all thriving and working hard in the office today. Okay. Let's move on, everyone. Comprehension close. People. 6 years ago, the seaside city of Higashi Matsushima was destroyed when a tsunami struck Japan's northeastern coast. The giant blank killed 1,134 people. Now, the giant what? Your clue here is tsunami. If you know what a tsunami is, you know the answer to number 51. A tsunami is a huge what? I see. Yolanda, don't be so excited. We're still at number 51. But indeed, your answer for number 51 is correct. Do remember, everyone, a tsunami is a huge wave. Well done. Remember that a tsunami is a very, it's a long, high wave. A long, high sea wave. okay, that's normally caused by an earthquake or other disturbances, okay? Now, damaged many homes and devastation could be seen blank. Could be seen. This is the best thing I can do for you. Could be seen. We are now at number 52. Okay. Drop in your answer for number 52. Everyone, let's go. Everywhere? Is it everywhere? Do you agree with Yolanda's answer, ladies and gentlemen? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Correct. Could be seen everywhere. For everyone's information, Japan has gone through so many of these natural calamities, tsunamis, storms, and whatsoever. But this country has been so amazing in making sure that they learn from these calamities so that when it happens again, they are more resilient and they're able to prevent some of the damages that used to happen. It's pretty cool because one time they even have this like a huge sinkhole just kind of happened in a very huge huge highway. In about 3 days they managed to fix the whole thing. Pretty cool, these people. Now, the tsunami left 1 billion kg of rubble in Higashi Matsushima. Amazingly, it blank in recycling 99.2% of the disaster waste. You see these people, huh? Very amazing. In what? It's blank in recycling 99.2%. So billions of rubbles, but these people managed to, they blank in recycling 99.2%. It resulted in recycling. Right, okay, the first letter, I'll give you the first letter, S. Oh, we have one person who managed to get the word, succeeded. Good job. Double C, sorry. Oh my goodness. Something is wrong with the pressure. I think it's the pressure of my pen. I don't know. It's kind of, oh, apply pressure. That's why the pressure was cancelled. Succeeded. Okay, so now I can increase the thickness. Okay, succeeded in recycling 99.2%. What was your favorite section in this back in primary school English paper 2 paper? English is generally a subject that I love. So that's one thing that you can, I don't want to choose a section. Why, huh? If you choose a section, then people will start like answering you like, oh, why come not this section? How come that section? Now, the recycling was driven by the city's philosophy blank. The rubble from the disaster could be turned what? The Japanese are innovative and resourceful. Yeah, that's like, period. You're correct, Yolanda. And to put on top of that, right, if you really plan to visit Japan, the people are actually also very nice and respectful. That's one thing you can expect when you visit Japan. Sure, your name sounds Japanese. Good question. That's why I'm saying so nice things about Japan, because I'm half Japanese. No. That's not the reason why, okay? That's not the reason why. What I'm saying is true, whether or not I'm half Japanese, okay? Now, the recycling was driven by the city's philosophy blank. The rubble from the disaster could be turned blank resources if sorted. Now, what do you think is the answer for number 54? 54 is that. Very good. Their philosophy is that the rubble from the disaster could be turned. This one is a phrasal verb. Turned what? What is the what do you pair turned with to complete the sentence? I'm half time. Oh, you're also half Ozil. Interesting. Konnichiwa. Ohayo gozaimasu. That's good for my Japanese is limited, so yeah, do not test me. Okay, into, turned into. Very good, well done. Now, to blank being crippled by floods in future. In future. So if you talk about the future, to what? What are they trying to do? To avoid To avoid being crippled. I will accept that. There is another word, however, that I will also accept, which starts with letter P. Clarissa, good job. I didn't. Very good. Prevent. Now, rules laid down for new buildings in tsunami-prone areas were blank than before. So your clue here is that, so be careful with the word form that you're going to give me when you give me the answer for number 57. Let's go. What do you think? The rules were what now? So when these things happen, they did something to the areas that are especially very prone to tsunamis. For example, the ones that are in the shores, living in this within this vicinity, for example, are... Okay, now between stricter and stronger, the better word to describe is stricter. Very good. Thank you for reconsidering. Stricter than ever. Because you're describing rules, right? Houses and medical childcare facilities can no longer be built in the zone closest blank the seashore. Closest what? Closest? Two. Very good. It's very amazing, right? They really thought about it. So at least they keep the people safe, okay? Even buildings farther inland must have foundations made of reinforced concrete, as well as ground floors that are at least 1.5 meter higher than the adjacent road. Along the coast, tsunami surveillance cameras were installed. New disaster prevention radios were blanked to every household. What did they do with these radios? Hi, I'm Aiden. Hello. Oh, hi, I'm Aiden. I thought it was a message. It was a name. Sorry. Aiden says two. Okay. Were provided, given, distributed. Very good. I will accept were provided. I will accept given. Distributed to every household, that also works. Okay, now, to serve as many lives as, to save, not serve, sorry. To save as many lives as possible in the future, the city is teaching blank citizens to evacuate to higher ground wherever possible. Is teaching blank citizens. We're talking about the city. What pronoun? The bell rings is so loud. I'm so sorry. I'm going to move it a bit further away from the mic. Okay. City, it's very good. It's. Well done. They have to be well prepared for future blanks such as tsunamis. So your contextual clue here is such as. So they're giving you an example. Tsunami belongs in what group? Tsunami is considered a what? Hi, Sherlyn. Welcome back. Yolanda says, for future disasters. See, this is how, very good. Disaster is indeed the answer. Such as tsunami, they basically gave you an example there. Disasters. This is a classic example that your clue may appear after the blank. So sometimes when you feel like you don't understand the question or the sentence, you may need to read a bit more, even beyond the blank, just to, piece things together. Now, a park that have been damaged by the wave, blank up being the site of a mega solar facility. Wow, blank up being the site of a mega solar facility. Finally, you're not wearing black. Thank you. I mean, it doesn't matter, no? Whatever color I wear. Right, Shirley. Ended up. So I'm happy that you saw the clue here. It pairs with the word up. So basically talking about what did they turn that place into after it being damaged by the tsunami. Did they just leave it alone? Did they leave the rubbles there? No, they did not. They turned it into something else that's still useful for the community. So the word is indeed ended. Good job. So hard, I cannot do this. It's okay, Sophia. You can still give it a try. We're here to learn anyway. Now, the city, which counts commercial fishing and tourism as its main industries, faces an blank task in drawing in tourists. Now, first clue here is an. That means to say the following word, the sound starts with a vowel. And then it pairs with the word task. It's a collocation when you want to talk about something that is difficult and it requires a great deal of effort and determination to accomplish. You call it a what task? Sophia, an is not really plural. An is an indication that what comes after, the sound of the word starts with a vowel. An important task, an immense task. Hi, Sean, it's been so long. How are you? Now, what is tourism? Send Real Melody. Tourism talks about how attractive your place is to tourists or people not from your place to come there and visit you. That's basically tourism. The tourists come, or people from other countries or people from other regions come in to experience your place and your culture. Insurmountable. Now, difficult task. Okay, okay. At least so far, the answers you're giving me is contextually it fits. So first things first, Sophia. Because it's an, it cannot start. The sound cannot start with consonants. Difficult starts with D. It's a consonant. We need a vowel. Now, the collocation that's commonly used here should actually be uphill. It's an uphill task. When you talk about uphill task, it's something that is difficult and requires a great deal of effort to accomplish. Okay? Now, in drawing in tourists whose annual numbers plunged after the tsunami. Okay? Blank the struggles, it remains relentless in its efforts. Blank the struggles, what do you think is a word? 7 p.m., that's correct. Clarissa, you are right. They remain relentless. So what is the word? Despite, is it? Very good. Despite the struggle. Good job. Despite the struggles, it remains relentless in its efforts. Okay. Now, a top draw, an annual air show by the Japan Aerobatic Demonstration Team, will blank this year after a 6-year hiatus. True reconstruction needs time. It's a show. It will what this year? Hiatus, that means they stop for 6 years. Okay? That means to say, this year, it will H. H, 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 H. Why am I singing a Christmas tune? Can you say resume? Good question. A top draw, an annual air show with a will resume this year. I will accept that, actually. Happen. Agree. Very good. Very good. And that's about it. Congratulations. You just finished your comprehension close. And learned something a bit more about Japan, right? This is amazing thing about the passages that they give you actually in papers. It's good because you also learn from the passages themselves. Okay, editing or SNT? Choose. Let's go. Editing or SNT? Sure. Have you lived in Japan before? Good question. I have not. I've only visited the place, but not really lived there. Now, please choose which section do you want, SNT or editing? I can only do one more because it's almost 7, but don't worry, whatever I miss, I'll go through that with you tomorrow. SNT. So we have one vote. I'm giving you about 10 more seconds to choose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going for S&T. Okay. Have you been to Bangkok before? Good question. I have not been to Bangkok, but in terms of Thailand, I've been to what place? Where did I get my scuba diving license? I forgot the place. There's a place in Thailand that I cannot remember that I went to. How come? I hate that I don't remember the name of the place. I'm gonna sleep tonight if I don't remember. My brain, Phuket, yes! Oh my god, I love you, Yolanda. Yes, I went to Phuket. Yeah, Phuket. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You are the reason why I can sleep peacefully tonight. Yeah, but Bangkok, I haven't been. Okay, everyone, S&T time. Let's go. Kevin stared at the mess. He could not believe it. This question requires you to change the word form of one thing. Type in your answer. Complete sentence, please. Let's go. No one wants to. Who voted for S&T, huh? Type it in. I'm waiting. People of the world. Hello, welcome back, Didi. Is it censored? Oh, because you typed it in, is it, Yolanda? In disbelief. I see. So maybe some of you typed it in. I'm so sorry, I can't see it from my end. Thank you that you at least typed in the disbelief part. Okay, you are correct. Copy the first part. Kevin stared at the mess in disbelief. Thank you very much. Okay, sure. Did you see mine? I typed in Sherlyn. I also didn't see, so none of your answers actually showed in my end. So the last thing I saw was Yolanda saying Phuket or Chiang Mai. After that, nothing. So it must have been filtered by TikTok. It's okay. As long as the important part here is the word disbelief. He could not believe it. Not believe, turn to disbelief. Okay? Number 67, let's go. All his novels are set in New York. The last was the exception. Okay, give it a try. This one is a short sentence. Let's go. Try. Everyone, please remember to follow us if you have not yet. Otherwise, the chicken will be angry. Sure, I'm back. Welcome back, Clarissa. See, the chicken is happy. Yes. Okay. With the exception of the last, all his novels are set in New York. Do you guys agree with Yolanda's answer? Remember to add me back, please. Add you back where? TikTok, huh? Is it? So I can respond. I can respond to you, right? I'll try later. I promised you after my live. Okay. Yes, okay, I understand. Okay, everyone, Sanrio tried as well with the last expectation. All his novels are set. I suppose expectation is a typo, correct? Okay, Sanrio, you were very close. It should be with the exception. With the exception of the last. Okay. All his novels are set in New York. Okay, yeah. Number 68, let's go. Did you, okay, wow. Direct speech to reported speech. Let's go. Did you watch the tennis match yesterday? So be mindful. You have to update the tense, which is move one tense backward, the pronouns, the time, and for this case, there's no place or proximity, so I'll cancel this one. Go O-level English live stream. Got O-level. Banana Head, hello. We do plan to have some O-level live streams here, and every now and then we because we vary the live sessions that we have. So my suggestion for you is to keep a lookout on the Monday posts that we have, because every Monday we post our live sessions for the entire week. Mr. Tan asked his daughter if she had watched the tennis match the previous day. Chantal, that's Chantal's answer. Mr. asked his daughter if she had watched the tennis match the previous day. 5 more seconds, and let's see if you answer. Mr. Oh, welcome back, Mariah. Mr. Tan asked teacher Mitsuko if she had watched the tennis match the previous day. Everyone is correct except Mariah because she changed the name. Mr. Tan asked his daughter if, okay, it's a question, so you say if. Now, did say is a indication that this is past. Move one tense backward, we put it to past perfect, correct? Now, so if she had watched, this is past perfect, the one with a had, right? Had watched the tennis match. Now, yesterday is time, so we also update that to the previous day. Correct? Well done. Banana Head. Remember, when you update the tense, move one tense backward. If the direct speech is present, turn it to past tense. If it's past tense, which is this case, turn it to past perfect. That's why it changed into had watched. Okay? And there is also a yesterday. Any timings can have to be updated as well. Yesterday, the other day, the tomorrow, they have to be updated accordingly as well. Okay? Now, number 69, she was generous. Many children in the orphanage benefited. Owing to what? This one also requires a word form change. Give it a try. Owing to her generosity, many children in the orphanage benefited. I see, so you basically changed generous, an adjective, and you change it to a noun. What is owing? Owing is like because of, or like due to. Similar to that. Okay, anyone else who wants to give it a try? 5 more seconds. All right. Yolanda, you are correct. And I'm happy that you spelled it correctly. It's commonly misspelled word because generous is spelled with R-O-U-S. Sometimes students stick with R-O-U-S in generosity, but generosity is R-O only, okay? Owing to her generosity, okay, many children in the orphanage benefited. And do remember, just very related, same thing with curious. Curious, when spelled into curiosity, it's also just R-I-O, no more U after O. Okay. Very good. Chantal, very good. Many children in the orphanage. No need to put the word were, Chantal, huh? So a correction for yours, you don't need were. For Sanrio, Melody, owing to her generous, many children in the orphanage benefited. Melody, you need to convert generous into a noun. So one thing you need to practice, Melody, and it's commonly tested in S&T, is that they normally want you to convert a verb into a noun, an adjective into a noun, or vice versa. They like to test that in S&T. So you have to test yourself, especially for like qualities. or verbs, learn how to convert them into a noun. Okay? And everyone, last number, let's go. Susan likes chocolate milk. Her twin likes it too. Good question. Sanrio Melody, we need to convert it into a noun because of owing to. Owing to should be followed by a noun. So we need to convert it to keep it grammatically correct even when it starts with owing to. It's the same, for example, despite. When they give you despite, you will have to follow despite with a noun phrase or a noun. Chantal says, Susan, both Susan and her twin like chocolate milk. You're all sure, huh? The one pitfall here is your subject verb agreement. Do you use singular or do you use plural? And you have to be sure about it. Now, both Susan and her twin, singular or plural? Both is plural. Okay? So we go for like. Like chocolate milk. Very good. Very good. And with that, we are done, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'm so happy to see all of you today. I hope you're having a good time for your March holidays so far. But invite all your friends and classmates if they have nothing to do at home and they still want to continue revising with us. Share the live sessions. We have a lot of live sessions coming up for the week. I hope you